araw, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Narito po tayo para pag-usapan ang tungkol sa broken line graph. Ang una ay ang introduction. Ryan J. Galiposo, pasok!
Broken line graphs. A variation of a line graph is a broken line graph. This type of line graph is used when it is necessary to show change over time. A line is used to join the values, but the line has no defined slope. However, the points are meaningful and they all represent an important part of the graph.
Salamat, Galiposo. At sa pangalawa, John Lloyd Marikit, pasok!
Objectives. Identify what is a broken line graph. Explore the brief history of the broken line graph. Identify the definition of terms being used. Differentiate the difference between the broken line graph and the line graph. Learn to use to solve and illustrate the broken line graph. Know the importance and use related for the broken line graph.
Salamat, Marikit. At sa pangatlo, Chris J. Lison, pasok!
A broken line graph is a diagram that has a horizontal axis divided into units of time and a vertical axis that displays the value of the qualitative characteristic studied, and in which the data recorded are represented by points that are then connected to one another by segments to form a broken line that illustrates the evolution of the phenomenon under consideration.
Salamat, Lison. At sa pang-apat, Joseph Salandron, pasok!
A broken line graph shows the shape of the relationship between the x and y values the shape of the curve. A histogram emphasizes the area shaded in histogram. A broken line graph is a diagram that has a horizontal axis divided into units of time and vertical axis that displays the values of the qualitative characteristic studied, in which the data recorded are represented by points that are then connected to one another by segment to form a broken line that illustrates the evolution of the phenomenon under consideration. Some authors call the broken line graph a line graph. A broken line graph can be like to a road graph in the sense that the segments connect the verticals of the roads. A broken line graph is particularly useful for representing the distribution of a quantitative statistical characteristic. We often use it to illustrate a phenomenon that evolves over time.
Salamat, Salandron. At sa kaliba, Genevieve Daboco, pasok!
The broken line graph versus line graph. Differentiate between the broken line graph and the line graph. A variation of the line graph is the broken line graph. This type of the line graph is used when it's necessary to show change over time. A line is used to join the values, but the line has no defined slope. However, the points are meaningful and they all represent an important part of the graph. Usually, a broken line graph is given to you, and you must interpret the given information from the graph.
Salamat, Daboco. At sa pang-anim, Kathleen Cabao, pasok!
Steps in making a broken line graph. So, we have 6 steps on how to make a broken line graph. First step is to create your y-axis and x-axis. The y-axis is a vertical number line, and the x-axis is a horizontal number line. These two axes intersect perpendicularly to form the coordinate plane. The second step is to label each axis, and the next step is write in the scale that shows your intervals, and then plot the data using points, and then connect the points with a line. And lastly, write in your title. That's it. That's how you make a broken line graph.
Salamat, Kabaho. At sa papito, John Michael Lazaga, pasok.
For example, Nick was practicing his gunshot. He kept track of how many bullets and he could shoot in the center in a minute. On the first day, he shot 7 bullets. The second day, he shot 11 bullets. The third day, he shot 13 bullets. The fourth day, he shot 17 bullets. And of the fifth day, he drained 21 shots of bullets. On the sixth day, he got down to shooting a bullet of 18. Got the date in the broken line graph. So, creating broken line graphs, this is the first step. Create your x-axis and y-axis. Number 2, level each axis. Number 3, write the scale that shows your intervals. Number 4, plot the date using points. Number 5, connect the points with a ruler. Number 6, write your title, Neck Bullets Shooting.
On creating broken line graph, first, you need to draw your y-axis and x-axis. And then label your y-axis into number of bullets. Then your x-axis represent your number of days. Then show your interval using days and bullet shots. For example, in the first days, you have 7 bullets, then so on. And then your points represent your number of bullet shots. And then connect each points so you can create now the broken line graph. And then title your graph.
Salamat, Lazaga. At sa pangwalo, John Labakita, pasok.
These are example number 2. The table shows the daily earnings of the store for 5 days. Monday, 300. Tuesday, 450. Wednesday, 200. Thursday, 400. And Friday is 650. On the graph, you can see the daily earning of the store from Monday to Friday, on which they were earning about $400. As you can see, on Monday, earning 300, on Tuesday went up to 400, but on Wednesday, it went down to 200. Then on Thursday to Friday, it went up to 650. Therefore, the total earning were above $400 on Tuesday and Friday.
Salamat, Abagkita. At sa pangsiyam, Wilfredo Suan Jr., pasok.
Conclusion. Conclusion can be drawn from the graphs. For example, conclusion from this line graph include: first, the range of data is 0 to 15. 15 mm of precipitation fell on Monday. 0 mm of precipitation fell on Wednesday. More precipitation fell on Sunday and Monday than on Tuesday and Wednesday. The most precipitation that fell in a day during this period of time was 15 mm. Does the broken line graph shows a change precipitation over time? Yes.
Salamat, Suan. At ang panguli, Romeo Magno Jr., pasok.
Importance. Broken line graphs are used to show change in data over time. They display trends, patterns, and help us make predictions. Example of information represented in broken line graphs include the growth pattern of a person's, the earth climate change over time, the temperature change of vinegar when baking soda is added, and the pollution of a water system over time in a broken graph. Marker used to represent amount. This amount are the joined together by straight line. Marker can be dots, start, or other representation.
Salamat, Magno. At dito natatapos ang ating balita. Hanggang sa muli. Maraming salamat, bayan.